for this session? What do you want to learn? What is your intention? So I just meditated and set my intention, and I'll share it with all of you. It'll be great if you can use either the chat box. You can say it privately if you don't want me to mention your name. I'll read it out loud. Or you can send it to the group. Just say, my intention is, and fill up the session, and fill up the sentence. And then we'll read it all, so at least we collectively as a group have a very clear roadmap of what we intend to accomplish in this coming hour. So I'll start. I will say what my intention is. I will type it up actually. So my intention is to create a shift in perspective that will lead to an ongoing transformation for each of you for your highest and best interest. What are your intentions? Take your time, connect within, and state, my intention for this hour is. If you want to open the mic and say it, you're more than welcome to. If you prefer to type it to the group, great. Privately, that's also fine.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hi, Supra. How are you?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Most of the people are muted. I'm asking everyone to connect within, to set your intention of the seminar. What is it that you want to learn? What is it? What outcome do you need from this hour? So if you can just unmute for now, connect within, and then either type it in the chat box so we can collectively understand what is our intention collectively from this 1 hour, and hopefully we can cover it. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, who is this?
Hello.
Yes. Can I please ask you to mute? Thank you. So my intention is to remove all negative thoughts and bad memories had in my childhood. Now you see, the memories or what happened in the past happened in the past. And this is what we're going to explain a little bit more in detail going forward. We cannot change what happened or erase it. But what we can change is our perspective of what happened and how that perspective is affecting my life today. So that impact or the effect of what happened on your life today is definitely something that we're going to discuss in a lot more detail in this seminar. My intention is to learn how to move past the obstacles holding me back from improving my life. We will definitely touch upon that. Beautiful. More intentions? I'll give it 1 more minute. But you see, why is intentions important? Because when you set the intention, you end up getting exactly what you intended for. When we attend something, whether it's a course, whether any experience, and we go just like that, we get, just an experience. But when we set the intention, it's more focused and you end up really getting what you want. So it's always important to keep that habit with you on a daily basis on different things. Even when you go out with friends, what is your intention of going out to this party or to this gathering or to this meeting? So my intention is to make myself better and improved well after this meeting. Yes, that's exactly my intention for you. It is done. My intention is to find a way to bring back the little child in me who is full of life and energy. Beautiful. That we'll definitely talk about that. My intention is to understand my inner child better so I can understand myself today. Lovely, how inspiring. Thank you guys for sharing. You see how like you're putting your energy into this meeting, and this is beautiful because see, it's not just me here talking to a laptop. We've got 14 different people with 14 different stories, with completely unique personalities and beautiful energies. And all of you contribute to what we're going to do within the next hour. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining. And thank you for putting that part of yourself out. And once we have the courage to face those parts, we know ourselves better and things transform in beautiful ways. And I'll talk more on the technical side of things. Okay, so for those who just attended, I've asked everyone to connect with themselves and set the intentions. We will go back to the intentions as well if there are more. So feel free if you didn't get the chance to still continue and put it out. There's also another one. My intention is to leave a good childhood on my children for their future. How lovely. So basically, every single thing that you heal within yourself, you ensure it doesn't pass on to the next generation. We are healing a lot of things that we took from our parents who sometimes didn't get the chance to understand this or didn't get this knowledge or didn't heal themselves. So those patterns came to us, but now we have the knowledge. So now it's our responsibility to look at it, to heal it. So we actually heal the line and ensure it stops here. So the new generation can have other things to think of or to create or to innovate or to solve. So lovely, thank you everyone. So I'll start with generic universal concepts before I go into inner child work, just to make sure that all of us are on the same page and just to sort of like set the foundation and the energy field for all of us. So number one, and I'll say this very slowly and I'll repeat it twice. Everything that is happening in your reality, in your today life, and when I say everything, I mean your health, your career, your relationships, all the events that happen on a daily basis. You went to the government to submit an application, everything happening in your reality is only a reflection of what is in your mind from beliefs. Beliefs as in your beliefs about life, your beliefs about who you are. Am I smart? Am I dumb? Am I crazy? Am I sane? Am I awesome? Your beliefs about life. Is life easy? Is life hard? Is life colorful? Is life dull? Is life scary? It could be also beliefs about other things, like beliefs about money. Is money a blessing? Is money a curse? Is money easy to get? Is it hard to get? So, and whether you believe this concept or you do not believe this concept, it's a universal law. So that's why I'm starting with the universal law. It works, whether we want to believe in it, we don't want to believe in it, it is. So again, everything in your reality today is a reflection of the beliefs that you have formed in your mind. Okay, I'll let this sink in. Now, the most logical question after that, okay, so if everything is based on my belief, when did these beliefs form? So if you check Dr. Bruce Lipton, you'll find a lot of videos on YouTube. He's a cell biologist. And you know, like we human beings are made of billions and billions of cells. And he studied how cells behave. And in that, he understood a lot about the nature of the universe, the nature of our beliefs, and the nature of reality. So most of our beliefs are formed between the age of 0 to 8. And it's based on what we observe. At that age, you're just silent. You're just observing. You're observing how your parents are talking. You're absorbing what's happening around you, the environment. From 0 to 8, all of these beliefs are being built up and they're coded. And after that, your life is what? Is just a reflection of all of these beliefs. Now, this is good and bad news, right? So the good news is, the bad news, I'll start with the bad news so we end it on a high note. So a lot of us feel that, but why is this happening to me? Why is this person treating me this way? Why do I always get fired? Why are they doing this to me? Why is this person not respecting me? It's very easy for us to blame either our friends, our spouse, our parents, and everything around us, the government, Corona. It's not Corona's fault. So that's the bad news. It's not Corona. It's not this person. It's not my teacher. It's not my mother. It's not my father. I am in control. I cannot change people, but I can change me. And when I change me, what happens to my reality? Boom, it shifts. And it is that easy. And I'm not talking from, oh, these are words of wisdom that I read in a book. I've personally experienced it again and again, and it works every single time. So I think it's important for us to digest these concepts. So once we go to the inner child, we understand what is important into getting into the inner child and how do we shift it. And I will get to that in a few minutes. So why am I saying it's not my mother's fault, or it's not my father's fault, or it's not Corona's fault? Why is it important for me to highlight it now before going into the inner child? I'll give you a story. So say, for example, you've got parents that are, for example, the father is alcoholic, the mother is abusive, there's complete neglect of children, there's abuse, there's hitting, very bad environment for children to grow up in. And say, for example, they have twins, 2 boys. So one boy would live the entire situation, and his perception, or what he will code in his mind, is life is not safe. Life is a struggle. I need to protect myself. Now I'm weak. They are abusing me. When I'm strong, I'll make sure no one can do that. It's survival. I need to ensure that I'm always protected, that I'm always safe. And life is a struggle. So this person grows up, ends up being a teenager, struggles with all the things that they've been through. They end up going on the streets. They join a gang because they need to protect themselves. They need to be safe. They need to be strong. They end up going into drugs. They end up going into jail. Now you go talk to this person. He would say, well, life is really bad. Like no one loves you. Like from the moment I was born, my parents didn't love me. No one took care of me. I was on the street. I went to the gang, and life is miserable. It's hard and it's aggressive. And if you ask him, this is really his reality, and you tell him, no, but it's your belief, he'll be like, no, but this is real. See, look at my life, right? So this is one guy. Let's go to the other twin brother. So the other twin brother goes through exactly the same experience growing up, but he goes like, you know what? These parents don't know. They maybe never experienced love. And actually, there are some parents that have children when they're not even ready to have children. You know what? When I grow up, I'm going to make sure that I protect all of these children who don't have loving families or have broken families. So this guy grows up, he opened orphanage, he gets married, he has kids, and he promises himself, when I have children, I'll ensure I give them unconditional love, the love that I never had. So, and then his reality ends up being, life is amazing, it's full of love. He's got his orphanage, he's got his family, life is beautiful. So you see, it's very easy when we work on our inner child stories to get stuck in the story and stuck in the blame. Yes, part of healing our inner child is to restore whatever parts of us that we've lost. So let's take a second, go back and think of the 3-year-old you or 4-year-old you, the youngest you could ever remember. How were you? You're probably confident, wild, adventurous, all over the place. When you're happy, you would scream, you would laugh. This is who you truly are. But when things happened, it's not about the things, it's about, at the wisdom of the 4-year-old, what perception did I build? And how did that perception or belief create my reality since that day until today? How is it affecting me? And now, okay, if I heal this, if I look into the story from a different perspective now as I'm an adult? Say, for example, my father was emotionally unavailable, yeah? Whenever I want to connect with him at an emotional level, it's just not happening. Okay, so 2 scenarios here. Either I could put in my mind a belief that says, he's the first man in my life, right? I could say, men are emotionally unavailable. Men cannot handle emotions, and this is how men are. Example. So what happens if I stay with this? I'll end up meeting partners again and again, and men at work and bosses who are emotionally unavailable, who are not in touch, because this is the belief I formed at that age. But say, if I now look at it with the wisdom that I know today, with who I am today, I'm not the 5-year-old anymore. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'm definitely not 5 years old anymore. But if I look at it now and I see what makes my father this way, it's not like he was trying to be emotionally unavailable. Maybe he didn't know how to connect with himself. Maybe his father wasn't connected with himself emotionally, and maybe this is a belief that he formed, this is how a man is. But now I know men come in different shapes and forms, and there are men actually who are emotionally available. So it's not about men are emotionally unavailable, it's about my father with his circumstances, with his inner children, with his inner stories. That was the best he could do with what he knows. Boom, so now that belief is completely taken out. Now, when I do this healing, see how your reality will completely shift from even one session, because you're shifting, not I'm healing my inner child. Yes, you are healing that inner child who was hurt, and you're hearing that part of their story. You're also restoring what you've lost, whether it's your confidence, your intelligence, your wild nature, your whatever it is, you are restoring that part of you, and you're giving back to whoever it is that story happened with. You're giving them back whatever belongs to them. But that's not only the important part. The most important part is shifting the perspective, how you look into the story and what belief you have in your consciousness, because that belief will shape your reality going forward. And literally in these sessions, I still continue doing my healing within myself, or sometimes I go to my colleagues when I get stuck in my head, which happens. The shift happens, you see it from the next day, or after 2 days, you actually see the change happening, and it's beautiful. Okay. So let's see. So let's talk about what we will do today. Before I take you through the meditation, I want us to discuss and understand exactly how the meditation will go through, so we're all on the same page. And before after I explain this, I'll open up for questions and answers to ensure that we answer anything that's on your mind, and then we're gonna end it with the meditation. So, for those of you, let me also just take care of some of the tactical elements first before we get more deeper into the topic. For those of you who are looking for a complete transformation in all of your areas of life and to really understand most of these concepts when it comes to change. So it's not only the belief, it's at the belief level, it's at the energy level, it's at the emotional level, and it's at a soul level. So it's a holistic sort of system. If you are looking into a complete understanding of all of these concepts, we are teaching hypnotherapy, which is a 5-module course, but I'll be teaching level 1 on the 3rd and the 4th of July. So those of you who are interested, you can feel free to sign up. For those of you who are just interested, and a lot of people actually sign up, some want to become therapists, some do it just for self-healing. So whatever your intention is, if it resonates with you, if it makes sense for you, then that option is there. For some people, if you are interested in at least going one step forward, as in doing one complete shift to the next step, I always recommend taking at least a 5-package session. Not only will I do the session because you are the ones that are going to heal yourselves. I'm not the healer, you are the healer. I'm only the guide. So even between one session to the next, I'll be explaining more one-to-one a lot of these concepts to enable you going forward after you finish your sessions to actually navigate your own mind and be able to tell, oh no, this is an inner child, oh no, this is it. So you're able to sort of pull or pay attention to how, to when something happens, how do you know how to understand which part of you is manifesting this and how can you actually heal it. And we will do a little exercise today, and this exercise, if you also do it in your own private space, it will still work. So yes, okay. I had one thought actually in mind that I don't know for some reason just popped out. Okay, yes, important point. The point says, and I'll try to sort of like plant this as a seed in your mind going forward in your life, and I hope you find it useful because sometimes I get stuck in my stories, right? So we always do. At any given point in time, when you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Or why is this person doing this to me? Beep, wrong question. You will never get an answer. And that thing you're talking about will keep happening to you again and again and again and again until you ask the right question. What is the right question? What part of me is creating this? So again, reminder, very important. Put like, if you want to write it down, write it down. Because when you forget, you end up being stuck in the same story and it keeps happening to you. And it's just difficult to actually see it as a story. Anytime you ask, why is this happening to me? Boop, wrong story, wrong question. What part of me is creating this? What belief am I holding today that is creating this story? Just see it as a story. Zoom out of the story, look at the story, and understand what part of you is creating it. So that was the important point. So, okay, let's go back to the meditation. What are we gonna do? Each one of you in your own space, think about one particular thing that either you see as a pattern, it keeps, like your friends are always doing this to you, or this always happens to you in your relationships, or with money, this is always the case. Anything that you feel has been repeated like too many times, and you're like, you know what, today I'm done with that. I'm ready to face it, understand it, shift it, and have a completely different reality. So take your time and ensure before we start, you already have this one thing very clear in your mind. It could be an actual event. If you're not seeing the pattern, you can say, this specific event from my childhood or memory from my childhood, it's really bothering me, then trust this is something that is affecting you a lot today. But don't get stuck in the story. In the meditation, we will hear the story from the younger you, and it's painful and all of this, but don't get stuck there. Understand what belief did you form at that age, and how is that belief running in your life today? This is the key element here. And if you shift it, now what is your new perspective? And how will your reality today, tomorrow, how would it look like with this new belief in place? So this is step number one. So you'll have something specific, either a memory or a pattern that you feel that you're stuck in. And in our minds, we will put ourselves in that situation that is bothering us, either in that memory or in the last time that this happened to us. And we will connect with our body to see what emotions does it bring up in the body. Does it make me angry when I think about it? Does it make me frustrated? Does it make me sad? There's a question here that says, even if it was in bigger ages, like teenagers' time. Yes, sometimes it happens. However, sometimes if a teenager time comes in, you can ask, is this the first time you ever felt it? Maybe there's a younger you behind the teenager. Maybe there's a belief behind that belief that caused that belief to happen. So yes, we will connect with the energy. Where am I feeling the energy? Oh, when I think about it, I feel tightness in the chest. Oh, I feel my hands start becoming sweaty. Oh, I feel a heaviness in my head. Oh, I feel my legs are a little bit weak. So we will understand how that really affects your body until today, even though it probably happened 10 years ago. But just thinking about it triggers physical things in your body. So we're linking with the body, we're linking with the energy. You will sense different energy movements along the body, and you will also sense the emotion. So we will link in with all of this, because our job is to shift the perspective and release the story so it's completely out of your system. And then, if again a teenager or someone at a bigger age comes up, then we just have to verify, is this the first time you've ever felt this? Or is this the first time this ever happened to you? Or is this the first time you reached that particular conclusion? And if not, then go and call the younger one. We will understand the story. You will see, for example, a 5-year-old you, a 19-year-old you, whatever age comes up for you. You will hear the story from the 19-year-old or from the 5-year-old. Then it will be like, this happened to me, and that happened, and I'm sad, or I'm scared. We will hear it. We will acknowledge it. We will not judge it. We will not say, oh yeah, but I mean, a 5-year-old sometimes will say, I'm abandoned, my mother left me. And then when you look at it from the adult perspective, the mother was just in the toilet. But it doesn't mean we don't acknowledge the feelings of the younger one. So we acknowledge it fully. We don't say, you know what, that's silly. No, we don't judge it. We open our hearts to it. We give the love that at that point in time we didn't have. We become the parent. If that part of you feels unheard, hear it. If it feels unloved, love it. Understand what is the gap and calm it down. Say, I acknowledge you. I know you're here and I love you and I'm always there for you. You're never alone. Once you understood this, see, this is the story. We will be loving, we will understand the story fully and explore it. But then you as the adult will review the story from a different perspective, either from the perspective of the other person or from the very overview perspective. And you'll get to see, why did it really happen? Say, for example, children were in a playground and they were bullying me, right? So as a young kid, I would think I'm ugly or I look different or whatever. I'll make this belief about me. But actually, when I review it from above, why did these kids do that? Oh, maybe because in their house they're bullied. Oh, maybe because they need attention. Oh, maybe because they think it's cool and fun. It's not about me being ugly, right? It's about them. It's never about us. Every one of us is just playing out our own stories. So by understanding this and showing the child, see, this is not about you being ugly. This is about them. This is about them being bored. This is about them maybe being abused at home. Oh, so the child goes, oh, so I'm not ugly. No, you're not. See, that is the healing. So you're changing the perspective of that part of you. And then we do an energy exchange. So maybe in that moment when they were bullying me, maybe I picked up energetically some of their aggression, maybe some of their anger, maybe some of their attention seeking. And these are not my energies. So I give it back to them. So we will do an energy work, give it back to them. But they took something beautiful from me. I used to think I'm pretty. So what comes back to me from them? What part of me that I lost in that situation? Take it back. Oh, now I'm getting back my confidence. Oh, now I'm getting back my femininity. Oh, now I'm getting my beauty back. So we solved it sort of energetically. We ask those people to go. And now you look at the inner child. How does it look? If it's excited and happy, you can also do whatever. Oh, I want to go to a toy store. Take them to a toy store in your imagination. Do whatever would make them happy. If everything is great, they look great, fantastic. Ask them, what is your new belief? Bam, they will tell you. Don't answer on their behalf. Oh, I'm very pretty. Perfect. So now I integrate that belief with all the new energies and parts of me that I restored. If the child is not very happy, like seems better, much better than before, but not like super excited, never integrate that child. You say, okay, wait for me. You create a beautiful bubble of light, healing energy, and you tell them, can you stay here until I get back to you? And if you say that, whether you work with me, whether you pick any other therapist, whether you pick a different organization, do whatever you want, but please sort it out. Take your inner children very, very seriously. What else? And sometimes actually we end up visiting the same story multiple times. If a story was super duper intense, sometimes in different healing sessions, like I've already worked on this. No, you worked on one angle of the story. So whatever you heal never comes back again unhealed. The exact angle or layer is healed forever, done. But sometimes, why do the same stories come again and again? Maybe because it's too intense and we're not ready to face all of the layers. So maybe today you're healing this story from this angle, but then tomorrow the same story will come back and you'll heal it from another angle. So it's okay. You keep at it until it's gone. And especially when it's a core inner child or a core story, there usually tends to be like 5, 6, 7 layers to the same story. So don't feel discouraged or I've already worked on this or why is it not working? No, just drop it, face it and see what it's trying to tell you. And 100%, because I've done this like probably hundreds and hundreds of times, me going through sessions. And whenever I revisit any of my stories, it's always from a different angle. And I'm like, oh, how come I never thought of it this way? So it's okay, it happens. yes, I think that's about it. Let me look at the chat box if there's any questions. What about loss? So again, what is loss? And how did it affect you? Maybe there's something unfinished between you and the person who's no longer here. So calling that person, that you maybe have some unfinished business, maybe there's guilt, maybe you didn't say your goodbyes properly. So you can do it at an energetic and at a soul level, and it brings a lot of peace. And in a lot of cases with loss, when the person goes, some people say, after this person is gone, I'm not myself anymore. And they just say it as a word, but this is we have to be precise with our wordings. Every word we say has a meaning. If I'm not myself anymore after this person is gone, it means I literally lost a part of myself with that person departing. So when we finish the completion, do the energy exchange, and that part of you that you lost will come back. But again, it's also understanding your perspective. What belief did you form after that person is gone? And how is that belief affecting your life today? Don't get stuck in the story. I understand. What if I don't remember much of my childhood, the earliest ages? I have clear memories from age 10 to 11. Well, if I don't remember much, there's a story. There's a reason why the memories were blocked. You consciously don't remember, but it doesn't mean they don't exist in the database of your subconscious mind. They exist, and they will come up when you're ready to face it. We're not working with the conscious mind, we're working with your database. So they always come up. And sometimes there's actually an event or something that happened that took away the energy of your memories. And when we reverse that energy exchange, you're able to get your memories back. This person says, I miss him, about the person who's lost. Of course you do. So use it in this meditation, call this person and talk to this person and tell him how much you miss him and hug him and do what needs to be done and check and ask him, are you okay? But there's a part of us that doesn't want to let go. So let that part talk to this person, make peace, and then do the energy exchange. Usually it feels like, okay, now that person is in peace and I am in peace. And sometimes we cannot let go because that person who left has a message for us or wants to stay with us for whatever reason. So there's no right or wrong. Your mind, your soul knows exactly what needs to be done. What if I tried to heal the inner child, but my inner child doesn't want to be healed and there's a lot of hate? So this is what we call recursiveness. For example, and it happens with people who, for example, have fear of failure. So they go into the session wanting to heal the fear of failure, but the fear of failure comes in the way, makes sure that the session actually fails. So in that case, we separate. So we talk to, because if you are watching this now, 100% there's a part of you that wants to heal, 100%. So there is a part that wants to heal. And now there's a part that doesn't want to heal. Okay, don't force the healing. Then the work always just starts with here. What is the story? Why? No judgment. No like, oh, you're stopping my healing. It's because of you I cannot heal. No. Very gently and lovingly. We just spend time with this until this integrates and aligns. Because guess what? You weren't born hating yourself. You weren't born thinking I don't deserve to heal. You were born thinking you're awesome. So go to that part of you that thought I was awesome, even if it was an infant, even if you were 1 month old. But at some point in time before the damage, that belief of I don't want to heal myself wasn't there. So we use that as an anchor and we slowly work with the one that doesn't want to heal. And it doesn't want to heal because of a belief. And that belief is formed because of a story. So bit by bit, we go there. Any other questions before we start the meditation? It's like, excuse me, I am awesome, even with whatever happened. I know you are. So just tell tell the one that doesn't want to be healed. Tell her, I know you're awesome. You're super cool. But then I just want to help you. Let her be your champion. So are you guys ready for the meditation? Can we start? Okay. So we'll start. Just make sure that you're sitting comfortably, that there are no distractions, that your back is fully supported. Just close your eyes. Start by taking 3 very slow, deep breaths. Breathe in from the nose. All the loving, healing energies around you. And through your mouth, just exhale any stress, any tension, anything that no longer serves you. And slowly go back to your normal breathing. With every breath you take, just feel yourself very slowly becoming more and more present, more and more focused, fully in your body, in this moment, right here and right now. And set your intention from the meditation, not only the seminar, from the meditation. What exactly do you want to shift from your reality? What specific pattern that kept on happening to you again and again and again, that today you're saying, I'm done. I'm ready to let it go. And I'm ready for something new. What memory that has been open in the back of my mind for all these years, and today you're like, yes, I want to make peace. I no longer want it affecting my life. I want to move on. I'm ready. So think of what it is and set your intention to fully understand it with love, to shift your perspective and meet your new reality, excitement and with openness. So now, connect with the pattern. How? Think of the last time it happened, or the worst time it happened. If it was a specific memory, feel like when it comes into your mind, how does it make you feel? Just say, I'm ready to face it. Allow the emotions to come up. Allow the energy to fully be present in your body. And note, how does it feel? What is the emotion? Is it fear? Is it sadness? Is it anger? Frustration? Is it numbness? And where in the body are you feeling it? Just check your body, scan your body. Scan your head, your heart, your stomach, your legs. Where are those energies? Where are those emotions stored? And now, call in that part of you that felt this specific emotion and charges in the body for the very, very first time in your life. That part of you that felt this energy, this emotion, this charge for the very first time in your life, ask that part of you to come in. How old is that part of you? How does that part of you seem? Does it seem tired? Does it seem scared? Be very gentle with it. Very, very gentle. Very slowly, introduce yourself to that part of you. Let that part of you understand that you are the adult part of him or her. If you're able to gently hug or connect or build trust with that part, then I give you now the space to do that. So now we will hear the story. But as the adult, remember, this is just a story, but we will hear it with no judgment. So take your time and hear the story from the perspective of the younger you. Hear it fully. And understand who bothered that part of you the most. Is it a group of people? Is it your parent? Who specifically had a role in the story? And now ask the little you, what did they conclude? What belief did they form as a result of what happened? Don't answer on their behalf. Just ask the little one, what belief was formed as a result of what happened? Or what conclusion about life, about themselves, what perspective was built as a result of what happened? And now I address you, the adult, not the younger you. I address you, the adult. Allow your mind to show you how that perspective or how that belief has been affecting your life until today. Let your mind show you all the experiences that you've been going through since then as a result of that belief. Just keep watching. Okay. So now as the adult, we heard the younger story. As the adult of today, if you view the same story from above, what other perspective is there? What made those people behave in that way? Or why did this person say this? Look beyond. Look at it from a wiser perspective, from a very clear overview, and see what comes up. What inner stories and inner children stories that the other ones were going through that made them behave in that manner? So try and explain this to the little one. See if the little one will understand. And at this point in time, if there's any excess emotion, whether it's sadness, whether it's fear, whether it's anger, you will feel it in your body. You can connect with it, feel it for the last time, and start to breathe it out. And keep telling yourself it's over. Let it go. And breathe out all of that excess energy. You might have tears in your eyes. You might feel heat if it was anger. Just connect with it and breathe it out through your mouth. Let it go. And now, call in the other people. Call in the other person who was involved in that story, or group of people if it is a group. And allow the younger you to express itself fully. If it wants to scream, cry, hit, whatever, just allow that part of you to fully express in whatever way they feel is right. As the adult, you do not interfere. You just allow that part of you to express. And allow the other party or the other people involved to also express their perspective of what happened. And when that is done, connect with your body and understand, scan your body and see what energies, what beliefs, what are the things that you picked up from them that affected you. Oh, maybe you picked up their anger, maybe you picked up their frustration. See what it is and mentally send it back to them. Anything that does not belong to you, that belongs to them, just let it go, send it back. And be aware, what is it that you're releasing and what is it you're giving them back? Some words will come into your mind. Let it go, it's not yours. And now, whatever parts of you that you lost, that were taken from you in that day or in that event, take it back. Act like a magnet, act like a vacuum. just to restore back all the pieces that you've lost. Just take it back, feel it as it comes into your body, and know exactly what is it that's coming back to you. Good. So now thank them, thank the other people. If you feel it's done, you can thank them and ask them to leave. Now look at the little one. How's the little one now? Ask the little one, what is your new perspective? What is your new belief now? And hear it. Lovely. So now if that inner you is looking very happy and you understand what that new perspective is, then we will do an integration. If it's not happy for now, or it seems happier, but not fully okay, then please create a bubble of energy or a bubble of light. It's a healing light. And tell that part of you, I've helped you heal one aspect, but I promise to heal the rest. I will come back to you. And just check if that part of you is okay to wait in this ball of energy. But if that part of you is excited, looks happy, looks good, then you give that part of you a huge hug and a deep, deep breath, integrating the new perspective, the new energies, all parts of you that came back. Integrate, integrate, integrate. And now, before opening your eyes, I ask your mind to show you, what will this healing, what will this shift in belief, how will it affect your reality after a week, after a month, after 2 months? Allow the images to show you what in your life will change, or what in you will change naturally as a result of healing or of having the new belief. Just allow the images to come. Good. So with that, just take one last deep breath. And when you're ready, you can slowly come back to this time, to this space, back into your bodies in your own pace. Welcome back. For those of you who still have a part of their own inner child that doesn't seem that great, please, please, whether you book with me, with another therapist, with another center, it does not matter, but please take it seriously and heal it. Don't forget it in the bubble there for a long time. You owe it to yourself. And again, for those who want to learn more about the topic of inner child and how the mind works and more of the wider topics, then the hypnotherapy course is happening. But if you want more one-to-one, I'm more than happy to teach you further things. So in your own time and space, you're able to navigate your mind and just heal yourself whenever something arises. And if you understand this, see, you'll never get stuck in life. There's no need to get stuck in life. If you can understand the lesson from the first time it comes, then you'll just shift and float in life, which is a very beautiful space to be in. If you have anything to ask or to share, feel free. The time is up. We're precisely on time. But if there's any comments, any questions, you know where to find me. I'm always here to support you, to guide you, and to learn from one another. Is it normal to always come back to reality with tears in your eyes? Tears is an expression. I mean, there's a lot of suppressed emotions in us. We always say everything is fine, everything is good, and we get distracted and we pretend to be happy, but these are like suppressed energies, and it's just expressing itself. So it's completely normal. Usually when I do that, I end up crying. It's just tears. It's just a release from something that was stuck for a long time, and now it's like, ah. So that's your probably inner child's going like, finally. Yes, it is a very emotional experience. But then it's beautiful to connect with ourselves emotionally and understand why we behave in a certain way, or just really make peace and make friends with our emotions. They're not harmful. They're just emotions. This was great. Can you remind me of the doctor's name you mentioned at the start? His name is, let me type it for you, Bruce Lipton. He has a lot of like short YouTube clips. For those of you who want me to send it to you, if you can exchange or take my number from Hadil, I'm more than happy to send it to you on WhatsApp in between a heartbreak. Be very gentle. If you're going through a heartbreak, be very, very gentle on yourself. And one thing that I want to tell you is you don't have to go through it alone. You have people, you have experts. I'm a full-time dedicated. I left my job, I left my corporate life just to teach it, because I struggled going through a lot of these things alone, and I never knew that there was a safe space where I could actually open up and resolve all of these things with ease. Hence, I left all of that just to be fully dedicated to this. So there are people who are able to help you, to ease the process for you, to help you understand the lessons from it so it doesn't repeat. Or so you don't say, you know what, life hurts, I'm never gonna love again, because love is awesome. So just to ensure, even going through that you don't end up building another perception that would affect your reality. We're here for you, whether it's myself or anyone else. There's a lot of people in this field, so you don't have to go alone. You're not alone. Who else? Feeling great, beautiful. What advice can you give to those who fail to ever have tears or even cry for big incidents like the death of a close person? But see, who says it's a problem? Do you have a problem with not crying, or is it someone else who told you you should cry? If someone else told you, then that's not your issue, that's someone else's issue, and they should go seek therapy. If you have an issue with it, then yes, explore it. You can bring that part of you that lost the ability, because I'm sure you used to cry and you had tears when you were young, right? We all did. So then at some point in your life, it stopped. When did that happen? What happened? And that's where you start. Beautiful. So guys, feel free to go. I'm here if anyone has any further questions. Otherwise, either meet me face-to-face or phone consultation or stay in touch or whatever. Enjoy the rest of the day. And it's been such an honor. And I had a beautiful, beautiful time with all of you participating, putting your hearts and souls into this and putting your energy and intention. So thank you so much. And I learned a lot from every one of you. Enjoy your evenings and hope to connect with you soon.